It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from Belgium which I've always wanted to kind of get to grips with and understand a little bit more. Now, Belgians have a tendency to brew stout. They like to brew stout, but the last couple of stouts I've had from Belgium have been a little bit different from stouts from, say, America, Ireland, UK. They have a tendency to be a little bit lighter in colour. And my understanding of stout has always been that they're jet black, they're dark, they're mysterious, they use a lot of roasted malt. So I have a bit of a stout journey going on the channel at the moment, courtesy of our channel sponsor biersofeurope.co.uk. I have a Black Sea Craft Belgian Stout, 8% ABV, a Talon Imperial Stout, but 6.6% ABV. And today's beer is by Leroy Breweries, and it's their Stout Leroy, a Belgian sweet stout at 5% ABV. £330ml bottle, dark brown bottle, silver goldish type bottle cap on this one. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. So the recent stout that I was talking about just now that I have reviewed, it was sent to me by Beers of Europe, and that was the Golden Drac Imperial Stout. And that too it wasn't really jet black in the glass. It was a slightly different beer. And looking at this, I'll get the last drop of beer in a moment. This etching on the bottom of this glass, you can see, so it's just creating more carbonation than what it normally would if it was just a normal kind of glass like that, if you like. So looking at the beer, we've got a 3-finger tan coloured head, lots of carbonation. As I mentioned, that etching on the glass is creating aggressive carbonation. It's, well, see now, this is what I was talking about earlier on. It's not quite jet black, is it? It almost looks like a dark mild, this one. And I think the French, the Belgians, they have a slightly different view of what a stout should be than we do UK, Ireland, America, as I mentioned, maybe Scandinavia as well. They have a different view on what a stout should look and feel like. And that's fine, because it's a different country. It's a different country. We're allowed to have different views on what different styles of beer should be. It's the Belgians' take on the stout. The beer was kindly sent to us by our channel sponsors, biersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK, with a fabulous range of beer from all over the world. If you've worked away, if you've been on holiday and you found that wonderful beer, maybe this one, that you found and you loved and you want to drink it back in the UK, the best place to find it is biersofeurope.co.uk. There's a link in the description box of the video. I'm now going to get the aroma on this beer. It's not giving me, it's not giving me a massive impression of a stout, see. It's rather fruity and sweet, as it's mentioned on the bottle. It's a sweet stout. There's a little bit of chocolate aroma coming through, but I'm getting a sense of, it's like you can almost smell a little bit of kind of like a glucose or something along those lines. A little bit of added sweetness. Smells like a mild. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's very different. I tell you what it's drinking like. I tell you what it's drinking like right now. But of course it's 5% ABV and not 2.8%, which Mackeson's is. It's drinking like a Mackeson stout. Maxton's or Mackeson's. You can buy it. I've seen it in Morrison's recently. They have a stout corner now in Morrison's, which is quite interesting. Lots of different varieties of Guinness, and then Mackeson's, and that's it. It'd be nice if they could get some Murphy's and some other Irish stouts in it. Maybe other stouts from the UK. It's a little bit roasty and toasty. It's actually quite pleasant. It's actually quite a nice stout, actually. It's it's a stronger version of Mackeson's. If you've had Mackeson's, you'll understand that kind of sweet milk stout flavour. It's not, on one hand, I want to say it's overly sweet, but it's not. The Belgians have a really, really great way of brewing beer. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. It starts off with a little bit of sweetness. It starts off with a little bit of biscuit malt. It's got great head retention. There's a little bit of sediment floating around in the glass at the bottom, if you can see it. Look at that beer as I rock it back and forth. It's a well brewed beer. Let's check the ingredients. There is something in here. There is like, oh, there we are. Sucralose, E955. And colorant, E150C. So they put E numbers in this beer. It's quite surprising, isn't it? It's quite, I could definitely tell something was kind of, I mean, this is the thing with European brewers. They will always put their ingredients on the bottle. I think they have to do it by law. In the UK, we don't have any of that. Now, I can guarantee you, there's not one ingredient on the side of this can. Or there is, actually. There is, but like they're saying, there's raspberry purees and all these other things, chocolate essence, vanilla, raspberry essence. So you know there's going to be E numbers in this beer, but they don't have to put it. They don't have to put it on the side of the can. That's the difference. You can buy a flake and sauce from Northern Monk in the UK, and they don't have to tell you if there's E numbers in the beer. But you buy a Belgian stout, and they have to. If you're buying a Belgian sweet stout, there's E numbers in this beer. See, now, I don't think you need it. I don't think you need to add sucralose and colorants to a beer. Why are they adding colorants to the beer if there's roasted malt in the beer? Because the roasted malt will colour the beer anyway. So what is this? Is this more of a golden ale that's been coloured? It's an interesting one, isn't it? But it's got my attention. I'll drink it, I'll finish it. It's definitely not the worst stout I've ever drank. It's got a nice creamy mouthfeel. But it's quite sweet. It is quite sweet. It's a funny one. I don't think I go out my way to chase this beer down again. It's not like something I go, oh, I really need to find this Leroy Stout. But at the same time, it isn't bad. It's okay. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.